Good morning, crime community. I'm here to read some Percy Blythe Shelley poetry. This and the following poem were published together in their original form as one piece under the title The Pine Forest of the Cassine near Pisa by Mrs. Mary Shelley, Posthumous Poems 1824, reprinted in the same shape, Poetical Works 1839, first edition, republished separately in their present form, Political Works 1839, second edition. This is a copy amongst the Trelawney manuscripts. To Jane, the invitation. Best and brightest come away, fairest far than this far away, which, like thee, to those in sorrow, comes to bid a sweet good morrow, to the rough year just awake, in its cradle on the break, the brightest hour of unborn spring, through the winter wandering, found, it seems, like halcyon morn, the hoar February born, bending the heaven in azure mirth, it kissed the forehead of the earth, and smelled upon the silent sea, and bade the frozen streams be free, and waked to music all their fountains, and breathed upon the frozen mountains, and like a prophetess of May, stewed flowers upon the barren way, making a wintry world appear, like whom in whom thou smilest, dear, away, away from men and towns, to the wild wood and the downs, to the silent wilderness where the soul needs no repress its music lest it should not find any echo in another's mind, while the touch of nature's art harmonizes heart to heart. I leave this notice on my door for each accustomed visitor. I am gone into the fields to wake what this sweet hour yields. Reflection, ye may come tomorrow, sit by the fireside with sorrow. You will the unpaid bill despair, you tiresome verse reciter care. I will pay you in the grave, death will listen to your stave. Expectation to be off. Today is for itself enough. Hope and pity mock not woe, for smiles not nor follow where I go. Long having lived on the sweet food, at length I find one moment's good. After long pain, with all your love, this you never told me of. Radiant sister of the day, arise, awake, and come away to the wild roots and the plains and the pools where winter reigns. Image all their roof of leaves, where the pine its garland weaves, and sapless green and ivy dun, round stems that never kiss the sun, where the lawns and pastures be, and the sandhills of the sea, where the melting hour frost wets the daisy star that never sets, and windflowers and violets, which yet join not scent to hue, crown the pale year weak and new, when the night is left behind. In the deep east, dun and blind, and the blue noon is over us, and the multitudinous billows murmur at our feet, where the earth and ocean meet, and all things seem only one in the universal sun. Published by Mrs. Shelley, Political Works, 1839, second edition. To Jane, the Recollection. Now the last days of many days, all beautiful and bright as thou, the loveliest and last is dead. Rise, memory, and write its praise. Up to they won't work, come trace the epitaph of glory fed. For now the earth has changed its face, a frown is on the heaven's brow. We wandered to the pine forest, the skirts of ocean's foam. The lightest wind was in the nest, the tempest in its home. The whispering waves were half asleep, clouds were gone to play, and on the bosom of the deep the smile of heaven lay. It seemed as if the hour were one, sent from beyond the skies, which scattered from above the sun a light of paradise. We paused amid the pines that stood, the giants of the waste, tortured by storms to shape as rude as serpents interlaced, and soothed by every azure breath, the under heaven is blown to harmonies and hues beneath as tender as its own. Now all the treetops lay asleep like green waves on the sea, and still as in the silent deep the ocean's woods may be. How calm it was, the silent there, is such a chain was bound, that even the busy woodpecker, made stiller by her sound, the inviolable quietness, the breath of peace we do, and its soft motion made not less the calm that round us grew. There seemed from the remotest seat of the white mountain waste to the soft flower beneath our feet, the magic circle traced. A spirit interfused around, a thrilling silent life, in momentary peace it bound our mortal nature's strife, and still I felt the center of the magic circle there was one fair form that filled with love the lifeless atmosphere. We paused beside the pools that lie under the forest bough. Each seemed it was twere a little sky, gulfed in a world below, a firmament of purple light, which in the dark earth lay, more boundless than the depth of night, and purer than the day, in which the lovely forest grew, and in the upper air, more perfect both in shape and hue than any spending there. And lay the glade and neighboring lawn, and through the dark green wood, the white sun twinkling like the dawn out of speckled cloud. Sweet views in which our world above can never well be seen, well imagined by the water's love and the fairest forest green, and all with interfused beneath with Elysian's glow, an atmosphere without a breath, a softer day below. Like one beloved the scene had lent to the darker water's breast, at every leaf and lineament with more than truth expressed, until an envious wind crept by like an unwelcome thought, from which the mind's too faithful eye blots one's dear image out. Though through art ever fair and kind, the forest ever green, like lest off his peace in Shelley's mind, than calm water than in the waters seem. Well, we will leave Shelley's mind for another day. Like I say, there's too much violence in the world. We pray again for love and peace and joy and harmony, and we pray for the children and the mothers of the world. Have a nice day.